we're diving into the fascinating myths and maps surrounding Mount Meru.
Oh, Mount Meru. I've always been intrigued by that. So what's the deal with this mythical mountain?
Well, it's considered the cosmic center in Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain cosmology.
Right.
They see it as the axis mundi, the axis of the world.
Interesting. And it appears on old maps too, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. On medieval maps, Mount Meru is sometimes depicted at the center of the world, with four rivers flowing out from it.
The four rivers, that's symbolic, right?
Yes, in Hinduism, they represent the four Vedas, or even the four
Right.
cardinal directions.
And in the Bible, there are four rivers flowing from the Garden of Eden too, aren't there?
Exactly. So it's like different cultures have this concept of a central place with rivers flowing out. It's a
Mhm.
recurring theme.
So Mount Meru is not a physical place we can visit?
No, it's more of a mythological or symbolic mountain.
Yeah,
It's not the same as the Mount Meru in Tanzania.
gotcha. And sometimes it's described as hovering or floating?
Exactly. In some myths, Mount Meru is so tall it connects heaven, earth, and the underworld. It's even
Wow.
described as, floating in some traditions.
That's fascinating. It's like, the mountain is a bridge between realms.
Right. And this idea isn't unique to Hinduism. Other
Really?
cultures have similar concepts.
Like which ones?
Well, in Chinese and Japanese myths, there are stories of floating mountains or islands.
Oh yeah.
They're often associated with immortality.
So it's almost like, ancient versions of the floating mountains in Avatar.
Exactly. It's
Right.
amazing how these ancient myths echo in modern stories.
But isn't it a bit misleading to include mythical places on maps? I mean, imagine setting off on an expedition to find a floating mountain.
Well, back then, exploration was as much about discovery as it was about adventure,
True.
and myths fueled that sense of wonder.
I suppose you're right. It's like the ancient version of Here Be Dragons on maps.
Exactly. Those warnings and mythical features made the world feel vast and mysterious.
Yeah.
It added to the thrill of exploration.
But do you think that, blending myth and reality hindered scientific progress?
Well, maybe in some ways, but it also inspired people to explore and question. Sometimes myths lead to new discoveries.
Good point. Without those myths, perhaps some lands might have remained undiscovered longer.
Exactly. Myths can be powerful motivators. They push us to
Absolutely.
look beyond the horizon.
Well, it's fascinating how Mount Meru connects so many cultures.
It really is. It's like a symbol of our shared human quest to understand the world.
Indeed.
Despite differences, we all look for a center, a connection.
And maybe that's the real magic of Mount Meru, bringing people together across time and space.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So, any plans to climb a mythical mountain soon?
Only in my dreams. But
Same
seriously, exploring these myths is a journey in itself.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for the great chat. Always love
Anytime.
discussing these topics.
Me too. Until next time.